Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine. I am a registered nurse, a gardener, and someone who is trying to live sustainably and prepare for a future that we're not very sure of these days. My journey here is to help you prepare and avoid some of the pitfalls and mistakes that I made. I'm addressing most people who are just starting out, and you need to start somewhere. I've been doing this for a couple of years, but you need to take the first step to be prepared for anything. You don't know if the grid's going to go down. You don't know if there's going to be a cyber attack. So on this channel, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about home security. We're going to talk about water, harvesting and filtration, how to store your food for long-term, 20, 25 years. We're going to talk about medical techniques, how to use a splint, what drugs and antibiotics to use for what situation and what dosage. We're going to learn how to start an IV, because in an SHTF situation, there will be no walk-ins and you will not be able to go to an emergency room. You may need to learn how to do this. So today's video is about water, okay? One of the most, if not the most important thing. 3 days we're out without it and things are gonna go south really fast. So yes, I encourage everyone to store bottled water. That is a must for those short-term situations. But storing that water isn't enough, okay? Because number one, it takes up a lot of room. And number two, you have to rotate the bottles out. You really shouldn't store it in a plastic bottle for more than 2 years, because the chemicals in the plastic will leach into your water, and that's just not safe. If it was in a glass bottle, that's great. It will last indefinitely. So there are some people who live on farms and who have big pieces of property, and they have these big cisterns in the ground and PVC pipes. And, you know, my advice here is a little bit more practical for your average suburban person. You know, maybe you don't have the amount of property for that. Maybe you don't have the money to install that, or the manpower to install it in a DIY project. So that's why I think having a rain barrel system, a catchment system, is an excellent idea. And we're going to go over it step by step. The first thing you'll need to do is clean out your gutters. You need to get all the debris out of there. And then you need to have gutter guards. Now, a lot of the gutter guards out there are flat. They have holes in it, so the water comes off the roof, goes into the gutters, and then down your spout. What I use and what I like a lot is this foam gutter. It's trapezoid shaped, as you can see. It's got very large cells where the water can go right through into your gutter, down your spout, but it's flat. It goes in the gutter, not on the gutter. And it's easy. You just get up on there on the ladder, put it in like this, cut it to whatever length you'd want, and you're good to go. And this prevents, the flat surface prevents pooling of water where mosquitoes like to breed. So I think that's just a layer of protection that's necessary, but you certainly don't need that type of gutter guard. You could use whatever you like, but you really should have them. Once that's in place, you need a diverter. A diverter goes into the gutter, the downspout, sorry, into the downspout, and connects to the rain barrel. And the water will go down there and into your rain barrel. Now, this is the one I used, and it works very well. You can see it goes right into your downspout and then connects right to the rain barrel. And it comes with the tools you'll need to make the holes in the rain barrel and the holes in the downspout. So this was great. There's other products out there that you can use. It's whatever you are comfortable with. So now, once your diverter is in place, you'll need to connect it to your first rain barrel. Now, the rain barrel, number one, should be food grade. Absolutely. And then it should be a dark color, dark green, dark blue, brown, and that's to prevent algae. It should come with a flexible screen on top. Mine has a flexible screen, and then you put the cover on over it, and that's just a second layer of protection to prevent mosquitoes from breeding and larvae and debris and bugs from getting in there. So now, your rain barrel, first, you should wash it out with bleach, let it dry real good, wash it out again, and rinse it really good, okay? Just to give it that sterile environment. And then you need to connect each rain barrel to each other. That's called daisy chaining. Now, I recommend having more than one rain barrel because, let's face it, we are dependent on the weather. What if it doesn't rain for a month? Then we don't have water. We don't have enough water. Okay, so I recommend 2, 3, the more the better. And you connect each barrel with this hose that you can get right on Amazon. It comes in 8 inches, 12 inches, 20 inches. It doesn't really matter. And you connect one barrel to the other so that when the first barrel fills up, the water is pushed into the second barrel and then the third barrel. Okay, and the fourth, or however many you have. And then just a side note is that before the winter, you want to lower the water in the barrels just to prevent the barrel from cracking when the water freezes. Now, that's another thing, that you could collect your water during warm weather before it freezes and store it in your plastic containers or your glass containers, and you can have it for the winter. And the last thing you'll want to do on the rain barrels is to put a spigot in there to help you collect the water that you've harvested. Now, we're going to talk about treating the water for consumption in our next video. This water that's in the rain barrel, you can certainly use it in your garden. I will tell you flat out right, you are not to drink it. If you are not treating it, you're not to give it to animals, your chickens. It's strictly for your garden. Once the water is treated, it'll be safe for consumption. And we will go over the many different methods of treating your water so that you could consume it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to keep them short and right to the point. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing so you won't miss any content in the future. Thank you for joining me.